Creating live broadcast. Don't say fuck or bugger. That's what it said on the OBS thing. So I saved. I did this. Ah, yeah, special snake mission. Right. So I've got guests on my thingy, unless they've gone.
No, I'm still in.
All right.
There's the 14 words after show.
Oh yeah, the 14 after dark. Except it's still light out there. So, oh, I'll have to give you the link in order for you to see it. But I'm gonna restart the.
I'm playing Destiny anyway.
Oh, fair enough. Well, for the audience on YouTube, that's a good point actually. Make sure they're there as well. There's a super secret special mission where.
Unfortunately, our friend never made it to the evac point.
Dr. Valen. I barely remember the plot in this, but it turns out before the black science man that does the science stuff in this, you had the woman scientist, which I suppose is a bit more believable, because that's like, well, you know, that's like Gillian Anderson. Agent Scully, that's her name.
Also, I was flicking through something the other day, and it's like the strong whamming that's going to sort everything out is really becoming a massive
Why
priority.
did it have to be Vipers? Though I share your reservations about this.
Well, the other thing is it's done so ham-fisted as well. Like James Cameron could write convincing, strong female characters.
Yeah. Ridley Scott did with
As long as they're not bulletproof.
Sigourney Weaver, didn't he? With
Oh well, I was thinking of what's her name in Terminator 2.
I remember that one I watched it the other day, and it was like strong whamming, ex-marine.
Moving out.
Has to cure all the problems that she created herself. It's like you watch it, like they can't even do convincing antagonists anymore. Like she was like the architect that wrote down
Despot of Antrim's done it quite well. He was talking about the old lardy dem rangs, them rangs of power. Nigga, give me them rangs.
Well, Galadriel is now
That's it.
responsible for what's his name, Sauron.
Yeah, the Galadriel stuff in them give me them rangs it was quite interesting what Despot Van Trim had to say about it, because it's like, yeah, everything he says is true. It's like women can't ever learn from men. All the men have to be useless, over-emotional douchebags, and the women are strong. They can do a fireman's lift of everyone, and they're basically perfect. So there's no character development in any of this stuff, because the women are perfect. So why? Oh, he's doing a chop there. So this is the thing why these stories aren't engaging, because like you'd watch something like Rocky or something, and he's not brilliant. He has to do a training montage.
Spoilers, he loses at the end, doesn't he?
I didn't know that. Is he fighting Mr. T in the first one?
No, it's Apollo, isn't it?
Is that played by the actor Mr. T?
No, Carl Weathers.
Oh, okay. Isn't there one where he's fighting Mr. T and he loses?
Yeah, that's number 3.
Oh, okay. Where's the one where he's fighting Brad Dourif? The one who goes, "I must break you."
That's him, isn't it? Oh, that's 4. That's Ivan Drago.
Yeah, what's the actor's name? Is it?
Dolph Lundgren.
That's it. Yeah.
I
But
wonder, is it Rudolph or Adolf Lundgren?
I don't know. But the point being, like in these films, it's like you can show like even strong men. They're like they're strong, but they're not perfect, and they have to go through a period of training.
The thing is with Ivan Drago is like his hubris, isn't it? Like that's the thing with Ivan Drago, isn't it?
Well, I was sort of reminded with that's it, Conan the Barbarian. I mean, even there, he's just like, yeah, he's going to get revenge on James Earl Jones for being like a bad guy. But he's not going to be able to do it immediately. He has to get better. He has to go on the hero's journey in order to defeat him.
Well, that's what the montage is for.
Yeah, because like
Even Rocky had a montage. Remember that one?
Always fade out at the end of a montage. If you fade out the end of montage, it seems like more time's past the end of the montage.
That's a great song, though.
At a montage. But the
Rocky had a
montage.
Anytime you wanna go from a beginner
To a pro, you're gonna need a montage. When you need to do a lot of things happening fast all at one time. Yeah, it's well because it's quite good in Conan, because even though it's a bit unrealistic, it's also kind of like, okay, that's enough explanation. He's basically captured and put as a slave on the grindstone as a child, and then he's now Mr. Muscles at the end of it with his sort of saying, okay, that's why he was a little boy, but now he's this muscly adult. He's been on the grindstone all this time. It's a montage, and it's absolutely fine. But the thing is, you couldn't have Conanetta the Barbarian. Actually, you could. Her name was Red Sonja.
Yeah, because that's because Arnie, although he doesn't play Conan in the film, he's playing Conan in the film, isn't he? Because Conan and Red Sonja were together in the comics.
Red Sonja is, I can't believe it's not Conan the Barbarian. Hemi's audio is very low. That's right. That's because I know why. So if I go volume mixer, right, and let's just have a look at stuff. Discord is fine. But that's because my desktop audio is set to minus 15 dB. So if I bring it up, and I'll turn the game volume down. So now the desktop audio is set to be the same as me. And that should be okay. But yeah, with the modern stuff like Gladriel and Mare Ray Sue Skywalker and all that stuff.
Well, it's the thing. It's like, although she started off in not Tatooine, like it's more.
I can't believe it's not Tatooine.
It could just go show that you have to be more than just growing up on a desert planet and meeting Han Solo to become Luke Skywalker. Like there was more to it than that.
Well, it's like Luke Skywalker, the biggest, baddest Jedi ever, and Yoda's training him, and he's struggling to do something which Yoda can do, which is lift up an X-wing using the Force.
Yeah.
But then Rey Skywalker's just like, oh, this lightsaber that I've never seen before in my life, just picks up, uses it, deflects blaster bolts with it, whatever. It's. And that's the thing, it's just like, well, why should I care about this character then? Because, like, they're perfect. There's no, like, oh, are they going to win or not? Obviously they are going to win because they're perfect. Oh, and everyone immediately likes them, which makes me wonder, like, well, why are the bad guys not just going, I'm not going to fight you, I'm going to agree, hashtag believe all women. It's so fucking ham-fisted the way it's written. Apparently she is the Emperor's granddaughter. Yeah, well, apparently she fucks dogs, but, I don't care. Like, oh no, sorry, she fucks tauntauns. It's just a badly written, like, it's a badly written slasher fiction.
Oh fucking hell, really?
No. It's right as well. Tanko fucks kangaroos though.
That is canonically true, unfortunately. And Ice-T is a kangaroo. Oh, speaking of which, have you seen Ice-T's having a bit of a Kanye West moment? Sorry, Ye.
I think he always has been a bit, hasn't he?
He's been saying a lot of stuff like about you should look into the names of who owned the slave ships.
Well, he's black, isn't he? Yeah, you know, look into the names of rap producers.
Well,
it's a similar answer.
the one I quite liked, he was sort of made persona non grata for a long time ago, is KRS-One, who,
Yeah.
compared to a lot of these other rappers, I mean, I'm sure he does stuff which I would go, like, that is a bit niggery. But, yes, nigari, which is the seasoning used for tofu, as we all know, it's magnesium.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police.
But anyway, KRS-One, he was in the Obama deception back in 2008, and he was talking about, like, look, he's a house Negro, and the point about him is there was going to be, like, some uprisings, people had enough of Bush, but now Obama's in place and everyone's just, like, backing down, especially the black community. So he was actually, like, really critical of the black community, saying, like, everyone's cheering because Obama's in power in the hood, and it's like,
Who was it? Who was it that banned BLM at the end of his administration because they killed 7 police officers again? The Hobbit.
was that Donald Trump?
Obama.
Wait,
It
BLM
was-
weren't around back then.
Yes, they were. They killed 7 police officers in Dallas. It's
It-
like, this is why I'm so surprised about the BLM thing that got memory hold.
But he left in 2016. BLM wasn't around until, wasn't it 2020?
No, there was a first iteration, the one that got quite problematic, because they became about killing police officers.
Oh, I thought they had a different name, like Black Panthers.
No, they were Black Man. They're BLM. That was BLM.
Black Panthers, Black Mamba, BLM. They all sound like some sort of like sex toy, if you ask me.
Rental sex too.
Oh yes, that's it.
Greta Fun Plugs.
Greta Fun Plugs. You'll loan no butt plugs and you'll be happy.
You'll rent your butt plugs and you'll be very pleasant.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
It's going to be like Airbnb, but for butt plugs.
Yeah.
well, we'll just bring Blockbuster. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll bring Blockbuster back and rename it.
Yeah.
Butt plug blaster. Oh, in that case, you're a dickhead.
Blockbuster.
My
Butt
cat.
buster.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Blockbuster.
Well, you're an idiot. No, not you. Sorry, but my character, right? He's, for whatever reason, he's like, oh, I'll just run through this burning building to attack the enemy. He's run through the building. It's like, oh, it turns out fire is really painful. Now I'm burning. So, do you not understand what fire is? And he can't do anything because he's on fire. So just, all right, hunker down then, dickhead. It was a shame. He could have done a multi-kill then, but hey ho. Oh, at least the one I sent him to attack and burn in the things. Is he? Do you mean Ice-T, Alphabet Cat? I don't know. I saw something recently. Apparently, Ice-T got in trouble for saying some stuff, and I thought it was quite pertinent, seeing as I was watching him being like this kangaroo super soldier terrorist in Tank Girl, where he's like, we should kill everyone in water and power, and yeah.
Well, what's that clip they keep playing from Law and Order? I'm not gay. I just have sex with men. That is being gay.
There
You
was
not
this.
seen that clip?
That sounds a lot like this post on 4chan where there's this Swedish post who says, I'm not gay, but I love sucking cock. And he just goes in detail about how great sucking dick makes him feel. But he's not gay. And then I think the first response was, this is the most Swedish post I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, what is wrong with the Swedes?
I've got news for you. That means you're gay. Well, put it this way. There's a word in Swedish. It's called grottfunka, which means crying while wanking.
Okay.
So like,
What's that Japanese term for shit lib? That's a good one, isn't it?
Baozan. I think it's Chinese.
Yeah. Oh, is it Chinese? Is it?
Yeah. But no, I mean the Japanese and the Chinese both have words for dying of overwork.
But the Eskimos have no word for dementia. Do you remember that joke? Was that a Red Dwarf joke?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's like saying the Eskimos have no word for dovetail joint. It turns out when you're making stuff out of snow, carpentry's not very important. Well, that was a bit overkill, but hey ho. It's like it had 1 point of health left, and it fires a shotgun, but a laser shotgun blast, I should say, that does 10 points of damage.
But like, I don't know what the movie industry is going to do to recover, because this new Indiana Jones has earned fuck all at the box office, and will earn
Everything
fuck all.
seems to be, don't it? Everything's going down. Like,
I think someone's done the analysis. They reckon it's probably like 900, close to $1 billion that Disney's lost this year at the box office.
I mean, we'll never see it because, you know, we don't speak Russian, and also Russia's kind of not, you know, a bit of the black sheep at the moment. But it'd be interesting to look at what was propaganda like in the late stage Soviet Union versus what is the propaganda like now. Are we at the same levels? Because
What
it
would
seems
you call late stage then? Would you say like Gorbachev, or would you say before that was late stage?
I'm just imagining, like, on Russian television, there was probably a load of really unpopular stuff made by, like, their equivalent of shithead liberals, which was equally, like, you know, unpopular. And it's just, like, people watch it, well, people wouldn't even watch it because it's just like, oh, it's just more state propaganda, it's, you know, perestroika or whatever. I'm just not going to bother. And
Like Mikhail in Pizza Hut.
yeah, and that's it. And so it's just like people don't want to see the Black Littlest Mermaid. I can't swim. Oh, but no, the worst thing, like Desperate Vantrim, you know, had to like carefully, because like it literally was like that scene in June with the weirding modules. You know, like My Name's a Killing Word. They've weaponized sound in that. They did it's ostensibly it's called a song.
Oh, fuck, what's it called?
Scuttlebutt.
Fuck up.
And it is probably the most egregious, offensive thing ever to be, but ever. It's just.
I think it's literally. I think it might actually be a hate crime.
I think that song is the brown noise. Like, you listen to it, and you end up like vomiting and shitting at the same time. It's that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to like play like a few seconds of it for copyright infringement. Really, should just say, look, I'm only going to subject you to a few seconds of the song at a time. Otherwise, because I basically don't want my viewers to end up with prolapsed anuses.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Well, this is the other thing as well. Like, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a parent, but imagine you got your kids and you're going on a long journey, and you know you're like me and you've got a DVD player in the car. You don't just give them an iPad, and it's like, right, here's some Disney movies. I got The Littlest Mermaid. Oh, the new one? No, the good one. Yay! And that's the other thing. Kids don't
Look,
care.
remember when the casting first came out, and that little black girl said she ain't the Little Mermaid, she's black.
But that's the other thing.
The kid was like 3 or 4, but like that's literally the little girl calling out the Emperor's New Clothes, isn't it?
yeah.
But the other thing as well is like, just like, who cares if the film's new? It's like, hey, here you go. It's the Jungle Book. It's from the 1960s. It doesn't matter, does it? Here's Dumbo. It's from the 1950s. It's got the crows in it, doing the song about. I was thinking about that song. I've never seen an elephant cry. An elephant fly.
Is that the crows that sung that?
Yeah, there was like, well, I've seen a house fly, and I've seen a horse fly, but I
I seen a
never
peanut
seen
stand, I seen a rubber
elephant
band,
cry.
I seen a needle that winked its eye. I used to have an LP when I was a kid that had all the Disney hits on it, so I know that song well.
I've never seen an elephant cry. I remember it from. Speaking of which, I watched.
But I think I will have seen everything when I see an elephant fly.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I know that song so well because I've heard it so many times when I was a kid.
Yeah,
The old music for pleasure LPs.
Oh wow, that goes back. Yeah, music for pleasure.
Yeah.
I remember there was this album called Music for Unpleasant People. The other day I was thinking of there was this female singer. I think her name's Kaniki. And I was
That's
just
the band. That's the band, and Kinnicky is a character from Greece.
how's Kaniki spelled?
K-E-N-N-I-C-K-E.
Is Grease the musical John Travolta
Yeah.
and got chills
Yeah,
and multiplying?
Kinnicky was one of the T-Birds, I think. He was the one. I think he was the one that got Rizzo pregnant.
Is that? Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Lizzo the hippo.
No, Rizzo.
Fallen. Unable to tell from this distance. Life signs are being obscured by.
It's the frozen corpse of a. Oh, it's a. It's a super duper big lizard, not lizard, snake.
Lizzo.
It's a super snake.
I mean, what is that Lizzo? I mean, that's like
Lizzo the
everything
hippo.
now is like a shit test. It's like the Emperor's New Clothes, isn't it? Like, she's just a fat black woman who can't sing. It's like that was what you're supposed to say, aren't you?
Well, no, I mean it'd be equivalent to like if like Stalin's like machine gunning political dissidents in a theatre and everyone's applauding, and if you stop applauding, he'll start machine gunning you. It's just. It's getting to that point. It's like, oh, you didn't applaud. Well, we're going to trans you kids, and we're going to close all your bank accounts, and also give you antidepressants because it's scary.
It's going to be like We Happy Few.
Yeah. So in some ways, like the Soviet Union, whilst being brutal, at least it was kind of like it's brutal, but. Always, it's sort of more evil and insidious than that. Oh, cool! Turns out I can actually stun.
Yeah, because we have the illusion of
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're being conned into
Well,
thinking
well,
that
well,
it's
no.
our choice.
We also have the opposite Hegelian dialectic, don't we? You know, we see them as being oppressed, so therefore we think we're free. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
so.
we didn't really talk about it in 14, but there was that thing about Nigel Farage, and it's like, what the hell's going on there? I mean,
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
he's not done anything recently to upset anybody, has he?
Well, he thinks
He
it's
won
that
that
one
award,
guy.
didn't he? He beat the BBC to win that presenting award, didn't he? So,
Wasn't it
yeah,
that guy
this is
in?
the regime? There has to be a response from the regime for it.
Wait, so
Well, wasn't there that guy in the House of Parliament who stood up and said he thinks whatever his name is, some MP Bryant, I think his name is, said he had a connection to Russia or something, and that's probably what it's to do with. Just because he said that in the House of Commons, even though there's no like.
They've been trying to pin this on him since the. Do you remember the Cambridge Analytica fucking nothing? That Louise Mensch went fucking crazy about.
Well, that sounds like a load of bollocks. It's just like everyone I don't like is a Russian collaborator. Then.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So in other words,
Russian bots 2.0. Yeah. Except now
yeah.
your bank account's in danger.
Because he caused like some embarrassment to the establishment, now they're gonna penalise him.
Yeah. Why? How many people end up with egg on their face because of him?
As
There's one thing the establishment
Interdimensional
doesn't
Lizard
like, is
says,
egg on their face.
remember that Nigel Farage has survived 2 plane crashes now.
Has he?
Yeah, so it's not just 1 plane crash, he survived 2 of them.
What was the second one?
I don't know. I've seen the one picture of him where he's climbing out of that light plane.
That was did you know his attitude to? Did you notice his attitude to Brexit kind of changed after that, didn't it?
Oh, the plane crash. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a warning shot, eh?
Well, there was that ridiculous
Mr.
thing with
Farage.
Joe Cox being murdered by that man, and then
Some guy in a bowler hat turns up in his like hospital ward and says, "Now, Mr. Farage, are you going to have a change of heart?"
You've had a bit too much to think.
witnesses at the murder said, "Oh yeah, we heard him say this is for Brexit."
Britain first, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Britain first, bitch. Is it dead? And how can ice be on fire?
How can ice? How can ice?
Yeah, this snake queen's in ice cavern, so yeah. Central must neutralize all remaining vipers. It's telling me, so I got. I'll see one more. So if I kill it, is that it? Is that the mission over?
Ich hab ihn erwischt, oder? Ich könnte etwas Munition gebrauchen. It's over.
Yeah, living life seems to be a bit like that. You know that painting, This Isn't a Pipe?
Ceci n'est pas une pipe.
Central, I am not
Yeah.
detecting
Yeah.
any additional life.
This is not a pipe.
So that was the super secret special. That was the super secret special mission, which I did this morning. But when I did it this morning, I was watching the Ford Mondeo putting it through the MOT and all that. So I thought, no, you know what? I'm gonna be just quiet this. I know I watched some Lotus Eater stuff. And that was quite good. They had a bloke from Manchester on who's going to be like, you should vote for me to be your mayor. And he actually had some.
That one yet.
Well, he had some really good
He's
things.
not bad, is it? Is it Nick Buckley?
I don't know what his name is, but he's Mancunian, and he made a very good point about homelessness. Look, I've been homeless before. I've dealt with homelessness. Don't give money to beggars. If you give money to beggars, they're going to use it on drugs. And he says, what I would do as mayor is not going to arrest them because if they genuinely are homeless, they've got nothing to lose. It's just a case of if you're
Well, they
begging.
want a bed sometimes they want a bed for the night, so they'll smash a window or something to have a bed. I'm a strong believer in not giving people what they want.
Well, the thing is, he says the best thing to do with them is just like go, right, we're going to arrest you, we're going to hold you for 15 hours. No, sorry, that's it. Not going to arrest them, just saying you're going to get moved on. We're telling you to move on. You can't beg here, you've got to move on. And then if the beggars say, no, I'm going to stay here, that's when you can arrest them, hold them for 15 hours, take all their money, confiscate their drugs, and in 15 hours release them again, and say, we'll do it. And it's like, you're not criminalising begging, you're just making it inconvenient for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very good because he was basically saying like, look, this is how you stop begging in city centres.
Well, we've created perverse incentives for all this stuff now, haven't we?
He also mentioned some other things, saying like he's not going to have a ULEZ or clean air zone in Manchester. He says, look, cars and commercial vehicles, they're the lifeblood of the nation. If you can't get to work, if goods can't get to shops, people suffer, they starve. It needs to be done. He just had a list of very good points, and I thought to myself, yeah, this guy should be mayor of. And I thought, well, I'm not I'm not in Manchester, but if I was, I'd be voting for this guy.
Well, he should be mayor of London, shouldn't he, by the sound of it?
Ah, yeah, well,
Around that fucking useless shite we got.
I don't think he's interested in...
He wouldn't get it now, would he?
I,
You know,
I-
it's racially fucking motivated now, isn't it? The
yeah.
London mayorship.
Well, that's the thing. He's you're not going to get voted in unless the Pakistani bloc votes for you in that place.
Well, another white bloke ain't going to get in as mayor of London now, are they?
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Oh yeah, they're building a shadow chain that building defense matrix. Right. So let's go to the bridge and advance time forwards and see what's happening. That's right. I was building a radio relay in between all the interruptions.
Long live the resistance.
Hey, the radio relay's been built. Good. So all I've got left is black market. Oh yeah, there's a mission here. They're still infiltrated. 4 days, 4 days, 2 days, 4 days. Right. Go to East Africa.
East African sector.
Just a list of all these relays which ought to be built. Ah, Lieutenant Commander Nick Unwashed Cotton has finished his ability of fire discipline. All allies within command range of the officer get plus 10% hit on reaction fire. Alright. Cool. Well, he'll be on the next mission then.
Lieutenant Commander Nick Unwashed Cotton.
Yes, I was customising my soldiers, and I was either Alphabet Cat or Lizard suggested that, because the guy's name is Nick, you should make his last name Cotton and make his nickname Unwashed. Oh, view raid location. Launch mission. Allied adverts move force to Western Europe. We can strike the suppliers and force them to retreat. Cool.
Course for the Western European Ward.
Moving to the Western European corridor. Right, autofill squad. Who we got?
Are you playing XCOM?
XCOM 2, but
Yeah.
with the mod, the long war. I'm gonna. Where is he? Where is Nick Unwashed Cotton? Unit in another squad. I don't care you're in another squad. You're in this squad now. And let's edit his loadout. So give him a mag rifle. Got some Predator armor for Unwashed. Women respect her.
He's got the whamming respector armor.
And let's see what.
Is that sexual predator armor?
Yes. What class is he? I don't know. He's on mission. Lieutenant Commander. Oh, he's got heavy weapons. Right, okay. So in which case, I won't bother giving him grenades. I'll give him needle rounds and got a med kit. Have a med kit and strap. Yeah, there we go. And let's upgrade the weapon. Put some bells and whistles on the weapon. Give him a scope. Give him a hair trigger. Give him an extended magazine. There we go. Now Nick Cotton's ready to wage war. That's fine. It's fine.
Wage war on facts.
Yeah. Farts don't care about your feelings. And you know what? You're a bit too tan to be a Japanese man. So let's customize your race. No. Okay, but your skin colour's the wrong tone. Yes. We'll do that. That would look good. And then I think, yeah, that looks better. So I've got to pick colours for their armour, make sure it matches their gun. There, that looks good. And who are you? Yeah, you're fine. Alright, off you go. Have fun on your mission. And don't forget to pack a sandwich or some rations with you.
Sky Ranger
Won't be a
deployed.
kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Well, no, they won't, because they'll be there for it in the next 8 days. 8 days and 13 hours, according to the thingy.
For East
What? They'll be
Africa.
dead.
No, it's just that's how long it'll take them to infiltrate, it says. Ah. Gideon Ravenor has finished his thing, so go to silent. Hey, what's that detective that's in the wheelchair? Is he called Ironsides?
Ironside. Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Well, I've given Gideon Ravenor the nickname of Ironside, so yeah, that'll do. Soldiers available 30
Raymond
feet.
Burr played him, didn't he? It was Perry Mason.
Unavailable 32. Well, let's view soldiers. Why have they? Right, so infiltrating, training, infiltrating, Haven advisors. Oh yeah, and they're infiltrating. Haven advisors and infiltrating. Okay, that all makes sense. Right, okay.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Oh, the autopsy is finished.
These
Good.
shield-bearers are not all that dissimilar from their
Stasis vest and stiletto rounds.
perhaps the most distinctive feature differentiating them.
Based on studies in physiology, this ammo will do bonus damage to non-robotic aliens. Well, a lot of ammo does that. In addition to granting a health bonus, the stasis vest is designed to restore hit points to wounded soldiers during battle. Oh, that's kind of cool. What do I want to do next? Powered armor, coil guns. No, I'll do a mech breakdown. I'll do these autopsies and stuff like that because they're all useful. Mech breakdown.
These robotic units, developed by Advent, seem to be wholly autonomous, capable of targeting and engaging selected units without reliance on external verification. Although it falls on me to work through the initial disassembly, I fully intend on involving Shen in this process, as her knowledge of robotics far outweighs my own.
Yeah, you take apart that robot.
The research advances we've made so far, but there's still so much more to learn about the aliens' motivation.
Let's see, is there any like cool stuff I could build? Oh yeah, okay, build some more of those. A shard gun. Oh, that's a okay.
Shotgun.
A shard gun is basically a mag rifle shotgun. So it just a Gauss shotgun. That's it.
They should do the shark gun, where it makes people poo themselves.
Oh, I thought you meant like a shark gun. It's in it. It launches sharks towards them. That would be pretty cool. Like, you weren't expecting a shark gun, now were you? Surprise!
You weren't expecting a shark gun, were you? Farts follows through.
I just want some freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on. There's too much to ask. I watched all the Austin Powers films recently.
Oh yeah. That first one where he's in that hallway trying to turn that fucking truck round.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you look at it, it's like there's a cut, and it's like the cut's there so that he's got this little baggage handler truck just between the two walls. I watched it because I was interested to look at the vehicles in it, and they got an interesting selection, like, you know, Jags. Like the later two films, it's an XKR, but in the first film, it's an E-Type.
Yeah, that was because it's the 60s, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I suppose so. Oh yeah, and then the guy he's talking with is called Mr. Exposition.
Basil Exposition.
Is that... He was in UFO, wasn't he? That bloke.
No, he was in Logan's Run. It's Michael York.
That's the one, yeah. Mr. Exposition.
Eliminate any hostile resistance and secure the area.
It's a pretty good satire of like James Bond though, isn't it?
But it's also kind of like it's quite fun as well. It's just like I like the thing. I think it's in the second film or something where it's just like, here's a tube of toothpaste. Oh, I get it. It's a improvised explosive. No, it's toothpaste. The dental hygiene's come on a long time since the 1960s, Austin.
Oh yeah, it's always the crack about his teeth, isn't it?
Or they even sort of had the thing saying like, but Mum, his teeth were so bad. It's like, well, yes, but back in the 1960s, you could get away with bad teeth and still be a sex symbol. I gotta say though that as the films get on, the cars get progressively better, but the women get progressively uglier. Like in the first film, is it Elizabeth Hurley's becomes his wife?
Yeah.
And the second film, it's like some American actress who's pretty. And she's like
Beyonce. It's
Felicity,
not an American actress, it's Beyonce.
Felicity Shagwell. And in the third film,
Oh, Felicity Shagwell. I thought you were talking about Foxy Brown.
yeah, and then Foxy Brown is just like, oh god, ugh. All right, yeah. So, yeah, it's just you go from like. And I gotta admit, like in Austin Powers' film, Elizabeth Hurley is, my god, this whole army of the bastards. Holy shit! I can't even count that many. Alright. Great. Looks like they got themselves surrounded then. Holy crap. Right. Rocket launcher. You ever played Metal Slug?
Yeah, me and you played it. Didn't we?
Oh yeah, the bit I love in it is they get this Japanese bloke.
Again.
Sorry?
My mouse has stopped working again. Sorry. Fucking.
Okay. But anyway,
Okay, that's
one
true.
of the power-ups in Metal Slug is you can get the rocket launcher, which of course the Japanese guy goes, rocket launcher. It's great because you know he's had a go at trying to pronounce it. And my favourite though in it is
Did you ever play Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64?
No, but I have played.
That was awesome because it used to do like an 8-bit version of the tune. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah, no,
and then you could press the space bar and then go Ghostbusters.
I actually saw a documentary about how this is how we got digitized audio on a 8-bit Commodore 64, and it was going by. It's really clever the way they do it.
So how did they do it then? Okay.
So you got a triangle wave, but then you're modulating the triangular wave a bit like a vocoder, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you use the PCM audio file of someone saying Ghostbusters to modulate it, and that's how it's done. And it's basically like what they were doing shouldn't have been possible until someone figured out like a technical loophole around it. It's like, here's how you get digitized audio on a SID chip, which was never designed for digitized audio. It's like, again, this is what I was trying to talk to the boy at work about. He's 17 years old, and I was saying to him, the problem with music now is you're spoiled. You got creativity is lessened because you've got all this technology, so there's no limitations. You're never going to get the distinctive sound of a TR-808 cowbell because it's just, you know, the whole point about that was it was naff. But then, because it was cheap, it was just a load of hip-hop artists bought it, and so that's why you had all this. It just became an iconic sound. It's like the rave piano. The rave piano is just a sample of a piano. But the thing is, synthesizing a piano is really hard because it makes all these different sounds based on how you play it. But the rave
Yeah.
piano is just a single note, and it's just a single tonality. And it became a distinctive sound of rave. But he says he disagrees with me. But then again, he's 17 years old, so he doesn't know he's born.
Yeah. What's it like being your dad? I mean, finally turning into your dad.
Well, the other thing, like, this is great, right? He's racist, but he's reluctant to admit he's racist.
Yeah.
So, like, you're saying about, like, how he can't stand pikeys. I said, don't you mean jippos? He says, no, I mean pikeys. And I was actually being defensive of pikeys. But then I was telling him the story of how, I might as well just say the name. Whitney Community Hospital. They're there in the car park for about 18 months. And then after about 18 months, the police force finally managed to muster up enough men to say, right, you can't stay here anymore. So they leave, but as a parting present, they make caltrops. Are you familiar with what a caltrop is?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I had to explain to him what a caltrop was. Never heard of it. Yeah. So it's like, imagine you're going into hospital, right? Because you need to go to hospital. Oh, my tyres have burst. Thanks, Jippos. He's also telling me how he doesn't like the Pakistani shopkeepers because they rip him off when he tries to buy booze. It's like, yeah, but you're 17. It's like, it's all right. I've got
And
a fake.
and he thinks he's a closet racist, does he?
No, he's just like I'm not racist, but is how he starts with me.
Yeah.
And then, well, that's the other thing because he lived for quite a long time in Singapore, so he will tell me about how dangerous the slitty eye drivers are. And he says, I'm not one of the. It's like, no, it's not being racist. It's just a case of you've noticed a certain pattern of people, and you notice that
Fact.
you've noticed that not everybody's the same.
Yeah.
But then he was turning around to me saying, "Oh, apartheid was terrible." And I was like, "Yeah, what do you mean by that?" Well, it's terrible how they were treating the blacks. Well, don't you think like it was a sort of a mutual thing? No, it's entirely imposed upon them by the white people. Oh, so you don't think the blacks wanted to live separately from the whites? No, they were forced to. All right. I didn't bother mentioning to him about how the coloureds, as they call them over there, are third-class citizens. So blacks are number.
Because I watched that Ross Kemp when he went to South Africa.
Oh,
said what happened
I saw
was-
the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, because they said what happened was the paradigm shifted, but they stayed in the same place because they were like stuck in the middle, weren't they? If you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, he was saying about how unfair it is and people shouldn't live that way. And I said, well, look at about, like, because I said to him about, like, Bosnia and how the Serbs and the Croats, they do live in apartheid. They have separate telephone, ambulance, fire service. They go to separate shops. Ones go to mosques, the other go to church. And even though NATO forced them to live together, they do not live together. And he says, well, as long as it's mutual. I said, well, not really. Like, the Christian...
NATO forced them to live... What part of NATO forced them to live together did he not hear?
Yeah, and it's like, look, they wanted to live separately, but then again, it's one of those sort of sticky situations. I don't really feel like I'm qualified to say it. All I know is that the EU hated Yugoslavia, and they were quite happy to see it destroyed.
Yeah.
Because the EU can't stand anything it sees as a threat to itself.
It's imperialist.
Yeah.
It's very imperialist.
Yeah,
But
it
they won't
is.
admit they're imperialist. Well, it's EU imperialism is why we've got a Ukraine war at the moment. It's because they keep making overtures to the Ukraine that they shouldn't be doing.
Nice. Right, so as you were talking, one of my soldiers, there was this big burly alien wanted to go and smash him, but because he's got like a reaction defense move called Blade Storm, he takes out a sword and then chopped him in half. And another alien's done the same thing, but he's got like masses of hit points, so he was able to survive the chop. Well, that's cool, because that basically means he can attack more than one enemy in a turn. Normally limited to one or two at a time. Ooh. I might have to restart this mission. I'm being shafted quite hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting gangbanged there.
I'm being flanked on both sides, yeah. I'm basically a Ukrainian soldier going through a minefield at the moment, whilst artillery's raining on my head.
Are the Ukraine still winning, are they?
Yeah. 2 more weeks until they're in Moscow.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 more weeks till the Russians are in Moscow.
I don't know what's going on there, I really don't.
That coup was
I
a bit of
don't
a
either.
joke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, in the morning, I watch a bit of, yeah, I'm going to have to restart the mission. He's going to be dead in the next attack. But in the morning, I watch a bit of Russia Today, and you know
How
what?
dare you? How dare you?
In some ways, I find it as annoying as the BBC, because the propaganda on their side is just as blatant.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting some Indians on to talk about, oh, how terrible it was that the English came over and taught them cricket, only slaves play cricket, and Indians had great education and were brilliant. It's like, well, in that case, if the education system is so top-notch in India, how come we're all speaking English on the internet invented by the English, and not speaking Indian and talking on the Cowpoo network invented by top Hindus? You know, why aren't we smearing cow shit on our walls during the summer?
We're just not enlightened enough of it.
Well, that's the problem. We got this Western imperialist education which says it's not hygienic to smear cowpoo on your walls.
I don't know. A very influential Indian scholar called Brutus of Troy told us that it's very good to be using cow shit.
Prominent YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
He displayed us the importance of cow shit.
Yes, he did. And vegetarianism.
Yeah.
Because, you know, definitely into healthy living. Eat vegetarian, smear cowpoo on walls. ... Nationalism. ...
Save the white race.
Yeah, that's it. Something
What
about
are you
if
doing?
there's grass on the pitch, let's play.
Yeah. In marriage.
Yeah. Hemi, why is everybody hating me? I don't know. Why don't you respond to their accusations, Brutus? Instead of
You kind of sounded like a paedophile, Brutus. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not your Chamberlain.
Yeah. Chamberlain, I got treated more like a fucking chamber pot by that guy.
Hello. I'm still annoyed that Grief was like, oh well, you've said mean things about Brutus, so I can't play with you anymore. It's
Yeah.
like, mate, but Brutus is irrelevant. We were making music. It was good. We made sweet music together. No, that does sound a bit gay.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that with Grief, do you?
They were both
What kind
gay.
of sweet music he'd want to make with you anyway.
No, it's a shame. But even in like the remix he made of one of my songs, it was a piss take because he got a picture of Samwise Gamgee, but all cross-eyed and looking like a Hmong.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. I'm special needs hobbit, but it always makes me laugh when you know, hang on guy was like, oh, your music's boring and repetitive. Okay, let's hear some of yours then. Mr. Prog
Oh yeah,
Rock,
I found some of his music to play for you, didn't I?
Mr. Prog Rock legend genius.
Yeah.
Right, how many more of these aliens can I chop up? In theory, if their hit points were low enough, this one soldier could like kill all of the enemies in one turn because of his ability. No, don't attack him, you won't win. Certainly not there. No. No, you won't win against him. No. No. You'll only take 2 points off of him. Oh, I guess they got like better...
Plot armor.
Yeah, that's it. Well, actual armor. Oh, that's right. Yeah, some of these guys have got a yellow symbol next to them that represents their armor values. Yeah, attack. Yeah, the sectoid doesn't
So you
wear
should have
out.
attacked the weaker ones first, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because like every time you kill an enemy, you get another go. Ah, right. So okay, it run out. The sectoid wasn't able to kill him. Never mind. But now I can. Executed.
Cible neutralisée.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. I gave him the nickname Steve Seagull
Sneaker.
for Jean-Claude Van. Well, the thing is, Belgium is one of the nations you can choose for your soldiers. So it's like, all right, Jean-Claude
Brussels
Van
from
Damme, you are
Brussels.
now. This will cause friendly fire. Okay. Maybe hold off on that yet. Ah, fire rocket. Yeah, that's got a lot. Well, there's one thing to say for all these soldiers being here. At least I've got plenty of targets. Ah, if you go there...
Moving to position. Time to burn.
Go on, unwashed women respecter.
You lead an unwashed woman respecter into a ambush.
Well, he is flanked by the enemies, but I sent him forward to use his flamethrower on the group of them.
You think unwashed would be a big
Suis en route.
big flamethrower user then, do you?
No, it's just his character class is that's what he gets. So you know, that's I don't make the rules. That's just his target designation. Right. So if we go there, that's friendly fire. Okay. So one of my soldiers is there. If I go, tell you what, go and attack that. There we are. If I soften these targets, it'll allow my sniper to do an execution attack. There's one where, if provided the enemies aren't at full health, the sniper shot will execute them. So it will do bonus
nice.
damage, which is nice. I really want to use my flamethrower, but I know. Go there. I have to think about what cone will get the most amount of enemies in one go.
Flammenwerfer aktiviert.
Oh, I do miss hang on, man, don't you?
He had his moments.
He was funny.
Yeah.
It only hurt for a second.
It's just a shame he turned into a big girl's blouse.
Hostile target down.
Yeah. Well, they all do in the end, don't they?
Oh, I hope not. I mean, the guys on the Hate Bus, they've been doing their show for like 4 years now, and they're still going. The people that did that comedy show, what's it called? The Trough Men. Tales from the Trough, that's what it was called.
Could never get into that.
Well, they did an episode taking the piss out of the Hate Bus. Like, You know, just saying, "Oh, it'll never catch on. You're not funny." And it's like, well, you only did 8 episodes, and now you don't do anything.
Oh, what, they came back just to have a dig at the hate bus?
No, it was kind of like they did an April Fool's episode where it's like they were going to do. They basically did a podcast which was like a mixture of the War Room, the Daily Show, and the Hate Bus, and so it just had a lot of them just like laughing and like smoking really hard on their vapes, which kind of at the time reminded me of Geralt.
Like Geralt's the sick burp, you know when you hear the sick burp and you think, you know, Kino's incoming.
The sick burp and vape. Interdimensional Lizard says someone should make an AI audiobook of the Brutus Diaries. That's probably the only way we'll get Brutus to read Brutus Diaries.
He'll summon a demon. You can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, the AI stuff is literal demons anyway, so it would be like demons on top of demons doing that.
Yeah, how many levels of demon are you on?
See the 14 episode about electronics. I think, was it episode 77 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that did 6 points of damage. Right in the solar plexus.
Right, the pussy.
Hey, no fair. You can't throw grenades at me. Yes, you're burning. This has been established now.
Yeah, you're boring me. Stop burning. If you are burning, can you stop burning?
Oh, apparently you
Then there was-
can attack anything.
Then there was young Vinny Struggle. He was a lad burning.
Oh, is that the Shomrim? Yes. How can we
Yeah.
help you? Poo.
Stuck in your toilet.
Could you recommend me some good prostitutes in the local area?
Fuck's sake.
Are we live? Etc. etc.
Vinny, what's that noise? I'm having a slash.
Playing FIFA, innit? That boy was an agent of chaos.
Oh, if circumstances had been different, I could have met him in that pub where he didn't like the chocolate beer you were having.
Oh, that was funny. That was.
Oh, I don't
No,
like
it wasn't
it.
chocolate beer. It was
Ghost
it was
shit.
Ghost shit. Adnam's Ghost shit, but the non-alcoholic one,
It kind of.
which still tastes alright for a non-alcoholic.
Ah, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Samuel Smith do a non-alcoholic beer called
Yeah.
Brown Ale, and it reminds me of. It tastes a bit chocolatey, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I looked at the
It's
ingredients.
so funny when he's going, I don't like it. It's too bitter.
It's a bit weird. It's like, how can beer, which is just made out of barley and hops and yeast, have to taste like chocolate? It's like there's no chocolate in it, but it is. Oh,
Yeah, it's weird,
20%
isn't it?
for the remainder of the turn. I wish I'd used him at the start of the turn, but hey ho, never mind. Yeah, shoot it. Is it dead? Can't tell through the flames. Oh, you are quite badly injured. Poor old Tintin. That's it. Spray the healing blue goop over yourself. Get full hit points back. And if I put you there,
Okay, he's here.
It's malted barley, yes. If different types of malting make different flavours, and that's how you can end up with a ruby malt with chocolatey taste.
What's
to
that
it.
horrible? That fucking St. Peter's. St. Peter's without, is it? The non-alcoholic one that tastes like absolute fucking dog shit.
There's quite a lot of non-alcoholic beer which tastes like that.
It's the one that's, isn't it like only half brewed or something?
Well, you know how they make non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, come on then, tell me.
So, normal beer process, you put your cereal in, you put the yeast in. As soon as it starts fermenting, you cook it. And depending on what temperature you cook it at, dictates how quickly the yeast is killed. And yeah, it turns out when you cook yeast, it smells a bit like a fart.
I know. Well,
But
Carlsberg tastes like, smells like pasta.
I had
Go by the brewery.
I had Peroni recently because it was someone left it in the van I was cleaning, so I was like, oh okay, I'll have that then. And when I opened it, it smelled like a fart, and it's just like, yeah, sometimes beer does smell a bit skunky when you open it up. It's
If you go by the Carlsberg factory in Northampton, that smells like pasta.
I could imagine. But there's like there's some people that follow me on Twitter and that they'll post pictures at pub, and I always respond to them with the British Dino pic because they got a cheeky pint of Peroni there, and it's just like, you're such a Dino, and it's. I tell you what it is. It's the 21st century equivalent of Stella. It's like, look at me. I've got a foreign import beer, aren't I fancy? It's like, well done drinking. Oh, speaking of, I had a very okay beer recently. Have you seen Stella Unfiltered?
Oh, wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, mate. Can't stand Stella.
Well, Stella Unfiltered, I thought was very pleasant. I had it and I liked it quite a lot. Obviously, it tastes different when it's brewed under license than when the actual thing. Apparently, the Guinness in Ireland tastes different to the Guinness we get. I don't know how true that is.
I think water probably plays a big part in it.
Probably does have a lot to do with water. You know the thing that I don't get about that? You know when Burton upon Trent, that's where they make Carling. Now,
Cause. No, they don't. Oh, Carlin. Yeah, I thought you meant Carlsberg.
well, they probably do Cause as well. Like the biggest breweries in England are
Yeah, Cause is there.
is in Burton upon Trent because of the water, and it's like, it's hard water. It's good for brewing beer. Well, certain types of beer, really, but hey ho. Now,
It's beers.
well, they say hard water is good for making like brown ales and stuff, but I remember they were showing like, all right, here's the water coming in. We use these salts to soften the water, so they put like a bag of calcium carbonate in it. I think they were using, and then they were like, right, now the water's softened, we put various minerals like magnesium and calcium in to give it the right water hardness level. It's like, so you've gone to the effort of taking minerals out of the Burton water to put it back in again. And it's like, yes, the reason we do this is because depending on what time of year it is, there'll be different mineral levels in the water. In summer, it's got a higher concentration than winter and spring. Yeah, rainfall, things like that. Okay, fair enough, right. But get this, the reason they do that is because, we want it to have a consistent flavour profile, so it's the same year round, as opposed to having seasonal variances. And this is what I don't like about mass-produced food, like McDonald's and stuff. for them, they're really like keen on food science, making sure it's a consistent product. And you've probably seen documentaries about like they got like the McDonald's perfume, and the McDonald's perfume goes in all their food. So regardless of where you are in the world, McDonald's, even if it's like meat, like beef from Peru or beef from Ireland, all taste the same. Which, if you think about it, shouldn't be possible, but it is, because again, it's that consistency. And like, there's probably something to be said for it. It's like, well, we got a mass market product that's consistent, and that's why it's a mass market product, 'cause it's got mass market appeal. Lots of people buy it. They know they can depend on it because it's always going to be the same. Whereas, I think the argument's just to be saying, like with wine, like, oh yeah, this vintage tastes different from this vintage because the conditions of that year were different to the growing conditions of the other year. Oh, counterattack. Oh, man. Okay, so I can't chop up those. Duly noted. Right. I think... Yeah, have you there.
Sure thing.
And use the shredder attack. Man, this isn't even like a special mission. This is just like, oh, you get to raid the targets and get stuff.
Back off.
There's so many enemies here. I bought some carling a few years ago to remind myself, is it as bad as what I remember? And it's like, I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just, it's incredibly bland.
Yeah, it's kind of alright when you like sink in a few, isn't it? You know,
Well, I can't get drunk on it.
that's what I mean.
But,
I think it's what you call a day beer, isn't it? Isn't a day beer one you can kind of drink all day without it having too much of an effect on you?
I suppose so, yeah. Well, but the thing is, like in Belgium, that small beer is still quite a popular thing there. Like, children at school used to drink Pied Boeuf, which was less than 2%. And I drank some Pied Boeuf recently, and the thing is, it's got more flavour than Carling, and less alcohol, but more flavour. And it's like, you know, I think there's something to be said for like low alcohol beers which are still good, like Ghost Ship, for example, or Samuel Smith's Brown Ale, because that's a really nice beer, but there's no alcohol in it.
Brewdog Punk IPA is okay, but
No,
you get
you're
a
wrong.
wicked hangover with it.
Everything made by Brewdog is disgusting. It's like drinking soap mixed with sewage. Brewdog's philosophy is more hops equals more better.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. Also, they're Scottish. Also, they give money to Nicola Sturgeon. Also, they have pink haircuts. Also, they're LGBT+, the plus stands for paedophile friendly. Also, you can tell it's shit beer because look at the graphic design they put on all their tins.
It's pretty boring, isn't it?
It's like, you know how in nature there's brightly coloured things with like alternating black and white, black and coloured patterns to say, I am poisonous, do not eat.
Yeah.
Well, the Brewdog's exactly the same. Like the letters are so big on it, it forms the stripy pattern, and it's to tell you, I am inedible, do not drink.
Huh.
Fuck Brewdog. I'd rather drink Bud Light than Brewdog. That's how bad
Come
it
on.
is.
That's way too. That's too far.
Yeah, horse, man.
I'm
Dude.
I've never drunk Bud Light before, but I imagine it's the American equivalent of Carling.
Yeah, I think it is.
You know, it's like, I can't believe this isn't piss water.
Remember,
can't
I
believe
remember
this
watching
isn't
Watchdog
water,
once,
yeah.
and the thickos out there think that a light beer means it's light on alcohol.
Well, the bit which I don't understand with light beer is like, it's got less calories. Where do calories come from in beer? Alcohol and carbohydrates. So, you get less carbohydrates because it's got less barley in it. But if you've got less barley in it, then it's going to have less alcohol. I don't understand how a light beer works.
Don't think you're supposed to.
You know what? If you want something which has got like less carbohydrates in it, but it's still got alcohol, have a vodka tonic.
But what if you're a massive faggot that washes their weight all the time?
Chame a faggot said. Oh right, okay, I got that up. Chame a faggot says Bud Light is Carling without the depth of flavour.
I do love that kind of stuff as an insult. You know when you say that like Mark Collins like Hitler without the personality. I do love insults like that. They're really good.
It's like when Rick Mell turned around to Ade Edmondson and says, "You're as funny as Terry Wogan." Well, Terry Wogan's not funny. And then Rick just like glares at him. It's like, that's the joke. I miss Rick Mail.
Yeah, it's a shame. Have you ever noticed when a comedian dies, you're always left with the unfunny one?
Yeah.
Like Eric Morecambe died, and Rick Mail died.
Ronnie Barker died.
Ronnie Barker
You know
dead.
why Ade Edmondson was...
Ronnie Barker's
why
been
Ade
dead
Edmondson
for...
was unfunny, don't you? Because he was married to Jennifer Saunders.
Who was funny? Because Jennifer Saunders?
I said that's why he wasn't funny, because he was married to Jennifer Saunders.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, it was like, there's something about, like, men get married to women, it just, like, sucks all the life out of them. Like,
Yeah, but Jennifer Saunders isn't funny, is she?
well, it's like when Keith Flint from The Prodigy married, was it Gail Porter? And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to make good music anymore because the wife doesn't like it.
Keith Flint didn't make the music, it was Liam Howlett.
Well, yeah, but he was like the singer in The Prodigy, wasn't he?
Not really, he was the dance.
Whatever. He was like in The Prodigy, he was there, and then he got married, and then The Prodigy didn't make good music anymore.
Yeah. Well, Liam Howlett was it one of the Appleton sisters from All Saints?
Lizard says more of a vocalist than a singer.
Don't really call like I'm a fire starter.
That's why it's a vocalist, not singing.
Yeah.
Oh, the way that all those enemies are grouped up, I hope I've got a flamethrower or a grenade I can throw in that group. The Germans. Yes. They're all attacking my German guy there, but he's not behind cover, is he? Yeah, you know what? Give him a heal. Bouge pas, ça va aller. Well, actually, I would like him to bouge, because if he just stands there and doesn't move, he's going to be shafted. So that guy's on fire, and yet somehow he's still got the discipline to be on Overwatch and shoot my guy as he runs past him. So somehow, despite being on fire and burning, he's still able to go, "Oh, I can see your soldier moving. I'm going to shoot him now." How does that work?
Aliens.
Fucking aliens are like they're cheating bastards, you know. Ah.
I think we should do some more from that AILML website since I found it the other day.
Oh, the Raelians.
Again.
No, the AILML website. The funny.
Remember, we still have done like, with all the one that said that the only human race was the Nordics, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
The very racist, racist alien enjoyers.
No, that is the Raelians. The Raelians have come to tell us the great story about how, like, you know, the Nordics, they want us to build a landing pad because if you don't build a landing pad, it fails its interstellar MOT or something.
Wait, yeah. So you're saying they can't land on flat surfaces? Is that it?
Look, all I'm telling you is the Radiant Society says if we want the aliens to visit us and give us like peace, love, and happiness, we've got to give them the correct designated parking space with reflective strips, and it has to be like.
Are they special needs aliens? They need a blue badge.
Well,
They need
got
a blue badge spot.
you
Is that
got-
what blue badge spots are? They're alien
Yeah.
parking
you've got to have the accessibility ramp so the Daleks can come out.
badge. It kind of sounds to me like we're heaping upon our own destruction.
The aliens don't like it when you put stairs because they're inaccessible.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if aliens couldn't use stairs. Like,
Are aliens handy capable? Is that what we're saying?
They're differently abled. Stop being so
Yeah.
speciesist.
That's what I said. I said handy capable.
What if, like, have you ever seen,
I mean, here's the thing: if aliens invented teleportation, wouldn't they all be fat?
No, because you just beam the fat out of you. It's like liposuction, but...
Yeah.
Or, like, you eat cake, but then you beam the cake out of your stomach. So you get all the pleasure of eating a cake without any of the calories.
Ah, yeah.
No, you got it all wrong, Hobbit. What you do is you have an idealised, the best version of yourself on file. And then every time you get
The
beat,
island.
you go back to that one.
Chain gets
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He says...
Immortality, basically. Then,
With regards
isn't
to the landing pads, he says it's more than the job's worth to land on a pad that doesn't meet regs. So, the aliens are a bunch of jobsworths from Coventry.
Jobsworth cants.
No, I'm not landing on that planet. They've not got a designated landing spot. I can't do
What
it.
about Jobsworth be landing on there?
No. Well, they clearly can't be bothered. Well, I'll come back again another century from now. I was going to share with you the secrets of interstellar travel and faster than light
So basically, it's
communications.
just like an Instagram shot.
I was going to share the secrets of faster than light communication, but you didn't fill out the requisite forms beforehand, so I can't do it.
Are they saying that the AILMLs are like the Vogons then?
They're maliciously compliant. Yes.
The Vogons are very bureaucratic, aren't they?
Yeah, I get a feeling that's who they are. They're just like they're sticklers for the rules.
They ended racism by genociding like all the other races. That's, you know,
Well,
4D chess move, isn't it?
I think you'll find the Equalities Act of the Vogons stipulates here that everyone's Vogon, and that's how we're by cloning ourselves. They've turned Australian now. We have all become equal, and
I knew Australians were aliens. Knew it.
Basically, you should time a kangaroo down sport.
Is that not too soon?
Oh, what? Oh no! I'll be getting angrily worded letters like, "Dear Hobbit, you made fun of Ray Moon? No, Robin Hood? Oh, the game's crashed. It's not crashed?
We're good to go.
Oh, just as I'm starting to win, it crashed. It looks to me like the game hasn't crashed, but it's making the noise saying it has crashed. If I ever get... Oh, it's the alien turn now. Well, if I get control of it again, I'm going to save the game. You missed. How can that guy be burning when he's literally in water?
He's in petrol, not water.
Hey, this guy understands XCOM. He says, turn the gremlin on and off again, and then then it'll work.
The gremlin.
So, you got these hacker specialist soldiers, and they got this floating robot called a gremlin.
Yeah.
And I used the gremlin to fly towards enemy robots and hack them.
Let's see. Well, I'm gonna head off, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think I'll just
I've got
hit
control of the game. Right, I'm going to save it there.
Alright, night lights.
Bye.
Night
See you
everyone.
later, boys.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so now, if I do Reaper, that means I'll be able to attack multiple units. You can't win against him, so don't bother. You can against him, so yeah, make him your first target. I think. Let me just check. Yeah, they've both left now. So, you're with me in the final stretch. This means I should have put them on to begin with, but I didn't because I'm lazy. No, not lazy. That's it. Yeah, I don't eat with headphones on. It's uncomfortable. So, back to the game now. Right. So next one. Yeah, you can kill him, so attack him. Did that go through the shield? The suppression's removed, yeah. So what can we go against next? No, can't win against him. You can against the shield bearer, yeah, kill the shield bearer then. This should even the odds. Shield removed. Good, good. No, can't win against him. Also, I think the Muton Berserkers can counter-attack, so it's no good going to close combat with them, really. Yeah, and I can still do another attack. So no, that's not going to win. That will win. Oh, bad luck. Oh well, that's the end of my murder spree. So it's time for another one. No, don't attack him. Yeah, do attack him. Really, I should have moved to another position, but then I wouldn't be able to attack with a sniper rifle. No, I don't want you to hollow target. I've got a better plan for that. What do you think of Daimler's Hobbit? Are they just more upmarket joke? Yeah, they are. Like there's, I think it's called the Jaguar Sovereign, but it's also called a Daimler Super 8. Made by the same company, it's just they put a different badge on it. Because the Daimler is owned by the Jaguar Group. So that's why they use that term. Yeah, it's very interesting, that. Yeah, I saw a Daimler last Jaguar meet us. That was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really was like a work of art. Just the coach builders really excelled themselves in their art.
Bin dabei.
I drive a Daimler. Because after all, I mean, the underlying machinery is a Jag. Yeah, kill him. He's exposed. Oh, you didn't kill him. Oh well.
Munition.
No, it would have been good to do that. Spend an action to pinpoint a target, grant your score cumulative aim bonuses. I think medkit hill or command. Any turn to grant a bonus action to any visible member of the squad. No, because I want you to use your medikit. So if you go there.
On the move.
Yeah, good luck with getting that. If it's Sawn,
Easy now.
you need to get in contact with the owner. I mean, there is a thing where you can apply to get a V5C document for a car, and you can, once you've got the V5C, you can then, like, as long as you've got keys for it and stuff, you can drive it, get an MOT, get it insured, put in your name, etc. But there's also a chance the original owner could go, oh, thank you for putting my car back on the road. I'm still, like, you might be the registered keeper, but I own that, and, like, proof of ownership, and I don't know how it works. Don't ask me. I don't know. Hopefully there wouldn't be any sort of, like, I wouldn't have to do any of, like... So it just made me thought, like, well, how do I prove I own the car? It's like, well, I can't prove I own my car. I mean, I am the registered keeper, and I pay for the maintenance and upkeep of it, and I'm the one that drives it, and I'm the only one that owns both sets of keys, but effectively you can't own a car in the UK. You can only be its registered keeper. Which seems very odd to me.
Genau so. Munition alle.
Without knowing specifically what, like, type of you got, I couldn't say, but if you're looking for spares, go to SNG Barrett. They're probably your best bet. They deal with all Jags, both classic and modern. Very good guy. Even if you don't buy anything from them, the guys there, they will help you out. Like, I'll saying, oh, my car's VIN number is this. I've been buying the wrong sort of air filters for it. Can you tell me what you need? It's like, yeah, you've got an early S-type. The ones you need are this part number here. As you can see, that's 3mm shorter, but it's also 0.5 mm wider, which fits your air filter. Well, look, Alphabet Cat, I don't know how long this has been with the V5C forms and all that in the UK, but as far as I know, maybe like in the 1920s it was different, but you're only the registered keeper of a vehicle. Now, it probably could be a thing like someone's said, like they cloned your keys and took your car, and then, you know, tried to, like, get their own V5C form and say, well, it's my car now. You could say, that's my car and you stole it. Here's the keys at home. Everyone's seen me drive this car to and from work, so I got witnesses there. Here's pictures of my car at a car meet. Here's, like, me taking my family out in the car, and here's me taking pictures of it. So you could probably establish, like, oh yeah, you were, like, driving the car, and here's all the mechanics I've been to get it MOT'd and repaired, and saying, like, oh yeah, that's his car. Ah, pure virtual function being called while application was running. Yeah, so there is an error message and the game's crashed. Well, I was going to stop the stream there because it's getting close to bedtime. I'll have to have a go at that this morning. Yeah. So it did crash, but then carried on running. How weird. Anyway, Reg Keep was due to... register key was due to people buying cars on credit. Right, I see. So I'm the registered keeper of the car, but I own it outright. No one has a lien on it. But if the car was on finance, then it's the finance company that owns the car, and I'd be its registered keeper. Okay, yeah. Well, I've never been in a position where I've not owned the car I was driving. With one or two exceptions of people let me borrow their cars. Yeah. Anyway, this is great. I will do a stream tomorrow morning, probably. I usually sort of 10:30 till 11:30, I'd say. No promises, but we'll see if we can do a part 2 of this one. Cool.